Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most incredible stories ever told, the birth of a hero who would change the course of history. Let's travel back thousands of years to ancient Egypt. The Israelites, God's chosen people, were living in Egypt as slaves. Their numbers were growing so rapidly that the new pharaoh became fearful. He worried they might one day rise up against him. So, he made a terrifying decree. Every newborn Hebrew boy was to be thrown into the Nile River. Can you imagine the fear and heartbreak that spread through the Israelite community? It was a dark and desperate time. But in the midst of this darkness, there was a glimmer of hope. A Levite woman gave birth to a beautiful baby boy. For 3 months, she hid him, her heart pounding with every cry, praying he wouldn't be discovered. But as he grew, she knew she couldn't keep him hidden forever. She had to do something. With faith and incredible courage, she wove a small basket out of papyrus reeds, waterproofing it with tar and pitch. Gently, she placed her precious son inside and set the basket adrift among the reeds of the Nile, the very river meant to be his grave. His older sister, Miriam, watched from a distance, her eyes fixed on the tiny ark, praying for a miracle. And a miracle is exactly what happened. Pharaoh's own daughter came down to the river to bathe. She noticed the basket among the reeds and sent her servant to retrieve it. When she opened it, she saw the baby boy, crying. Her heart was filled with compassion. She knew he was one of the Hebrew children, but she decided to save him. At that moment, Miriam bravely approached the princess and offered to find a Hebrew woman to nurse the baby. The princess agreed. And who did Miriam bring? Her own mother, the baby's mother. So, Moses' own mother was paid by the princess to raise her son until he was old enough to be brought to the palace. He was named Moses, which means to draw out, because he was drawn out of the water. This baby, saved by the faith of his mother and the courage of his sister, grew up in the courts of Pharaoh, destined to one day lead his people out of slavery. This is an amazing story of how hope can survive even in the most impossible circumstances. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.